Nigeria going, gone is a new series we have started on the African Town Hall online television to use in highlighting the evidences and clear indicators of state failure that is avoidable, which has not been avoided, but is reversible even at this time. All Nigerians and all watchers of this would have been great country when they are not perpetrators of the fraud and evil that the country has become, agree that the country is on the last straw or the brinks right now. You know, many stories in the last 5 years, we've been talking about Nigeria being at the brinks. Right now, it is at the last straw of the brinks at this moment as we speak. And I have had this foreboding to speak up about these things, according to the proverbs of my people that say that elders do not stand by, and a goat will deliver in tears with a rope around the neck. That's an abomination, because trying to deliver a child, a newborn, is a very hard thing. Viewers, this is a series that will continue in the next several days and weeks and months, and possibly until we begin to see some changes in this country. We want you to join us in it. We have seen a number of you already viewing. Join us through your likes, through your comments, through your questions. And let's know exactly what you feel about this situation. The condition that Nigeria is in today, we feel we have gotten to that point of Nigeria going, gone, because we are the last straw of the brink. It's not just being at the brink, we are the last straw. So if you are viewing us from a Facebook group, we want you to, when you want to make a comment as you are joining, to give StreamYard permission to show your name. Because if you are joining from a Facebook group, if you want to make a comment, Facebook is not authorized to release your name unless you authorize it, so that they will merely say Facebook user in the comment section. So for your name to appear, you need to give permission to Facebook and StreamYard to show your name if you are viewing from a group. But those viewing from our page, the African Town Hall on Facebook, or our channel, the African Town Hall on YouTube, you can simply begin to make your comments and ask your questions, and your name will appear as you have them. That will help us to expand this discussion. Now, the purpose of this, the objective, let me make it clear from beginning, the objective of this presentation is to raise voice to something that will be harmful if no voices were raised. That's simple. It is not intended for any particular person or group, but at some point we will talk about what groups, state actors, non-state actors are doing to bring Nigeria to its knees. In that case still, the intention and objective is to provide information, to provide warning, to be that voice of warning that is required. So as we are saying, Nigeria is not just at the brinks of collapse, it is at the last straw of that brink. We're already sleeping. The legs, if it is a leg we pinned on the ground, that leg is already slipping down the ravine to total destruction. If we put it on the sand is giving way right now. That is the situation that Nigeria is inside. But this is reversible. It is reversible. And the only way we can reverse it is that state actors, non-state actors begin now to know that everything they are doing, they can do because Nigeria is. If Nigeria caves in, they have no place. When the running starts, it is helter-skelter. Nobody will remember their mother. Nobody will remember their father. Nobody will remember their children. Nobody will remember all the mansions and estates you have used the Nigeria stolen money to build. Of course, you will discover that your life is worth more than all the stealing things you have stolen. And you will be running away without remembering them. It's coming. It's coming. Now, and this is not coming because I said it's coming because of what you're doing with the positions of authority that you have received, either by hook or crook. In economics, people are free to take positions, but economics asks that we use those positions to change the status of the community that we live in by improving upon them. For example, if your position gives you access to a lot of resources, you're expected to build industries and build roads, build power supply system, water supply system, make the environment clean and produce the good life. So when you don't do that, you are pushing Nigeria that is already at the brinks. You are trying to push Nigeria off the cliff to fall into the ravine and get destroyed. It is not this my voice that will destroy Nigeria. It is what you're doing as a minister, what you are doing as president of Nigeria, what you are doing as presidency of Nigeria, what you are doing as a governor, a member of the House of Representatives, as a senator, as a member of the House of Assembly in your state, what you are doing as a commissioner, what you are doing as a traditional ruler, what you are doing as a religious ruler, what you are doing as a journalist. That is what is pushing Nigeria off the cliff into the ravine of destruction. And my problem with this is that when it happens, the good, the bad, all the people, especially the evil ones, you are going to lose much more. Because the man who is on the ground is not fearing any fall. But you who is on your high horse, you are going to come down from there with a thought on the floor, hard floor, that when you hit it, your body will crash it, and then you go in between the vice of the stone. I don't know what will remain of you at that time. So this is the point that is going on here. Nigeria is at the brinks. And some of the state evidence of state failure that exists with us today is a lot of poverty. All you need is to just simply walk the street of this country and see poverty. I tell you, if you should simply stand in one location for 1 hour, 10 people will come to you to beg for money, transport to go to the next location, for money to eat for the first time in the day, for money to buy ordinary garri for his or her children to sip. I say just 1 hour. And if you dare walk a kilometer, just trekking 1 kilometer, regardless of wherever you started, even if it is in a village, you start trekking, you are going to get 10 people who will stop you and beg you. What does that show you? The poverty in the land is eating the people up. It has reached them to the point of their nose. Their mouth is already covered. They are suffocating. Now, it's already at the nose. They can't breathe. A few minutes after George Floyd said, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, what happened next? He died. And that led to demonstrations all over the cities of the United States. Nigeria does not have the capacity to stop a Nigeria spring or Nigeria harmattan, because we don't have spring season that we recognize there. Our own will be harmattan. We know the challenges with harmattan haze. When it starts, your plane cannot even fly because the atmosphere is not clear. Your pilots will not be able to see the way to take you out of this country. So when that harmattan comes, the harmattan haze is going to put you pinned on the ground here with the rest of us. And like I mentioned earlier, when you start running at that time, you will not remember all the money you have stolen and stashed in a house, in your village, in your grandmother's kitchen. You will never remember them. You will not remember the money you have stolen and stashed in a whole duplex in Lagos and locked it up. Or the one stashed in Abia that started decaying because the roof of that building started leaking. and the water was, after several days of water leaking over that money, the whole money, including euro in currency, started decoloring. You will not remember them. You will not remember them, because we are at the point where Nigeria is going. It just at the last straw of the brink, a small tip, and it is gone. So if you cannot find evidence or something that highlights the fact that if you are the president of Nigeria, you have failed. If you are the presidency of Nigeria, you have failed. You're a governor in Nigeria, you have failed. Minister, commissioner, National Assembly member, State House of Assembly member, traditional ruler, religious ruler, business tycoon, whatever it is you are, and you cannot remember that you have failed, think about the level of poverty that is in the ground right now. I know that many of you are so myopic, so close-hearted that you don't know that the evidence of your riches is not because of the other poor people in your neighborhood. In fact, the poor people around you, the fact that there are thousands and millions of people without opportunity around you is evidence of your wickedness, foolishness, and roguery. That's what it is. And we cannot continue like this and expect there will be no harmattan with a wild wind that will carry you and expose your blockers. A wild wind that will raise a lot of harmattan haze where your plane can no longer take off from this country and you cannot be able to run away. And that means you'll be right here with the rest of us when it starts burning. Now, I do not understand how someone will still sit astride a position of authority in government in Nigeria and not create the good life with the stupendous resources that is put at your disposal. I do not understand how much of that money you want to steal before you feel satisfied. I think all our politicians, the president and his presidency, everybody there, the governors and his executive council, the National Executive Council, the National Assembly, State Houses of Assembly, traditional rulers and councils, business, I think all of you need to do medical checkup on your brain. I suspect some mental imbalance. I suspect insanity inside all of you. Because otherwise, how can the only way you know that you're better than anyone is because you have stolen all the money and cannot even build a road, can't build water resources, supply, can't provide basic things like electricity. In Abuja right now, in some parts of Abuja right now, in the last 8 days, the lights are not even blinked for once. And these are places where people have prepaid meters and have already paid for this light, and there's no light there. And you call yourself a presidency, you call yourself a minister of power, and I don't understand what kind of minister that you are, and there's no power. In this country, what's his name? Fashola, he boasted when he was outside the federal government that any government that cannot provide power to his people in 6 months should resign. Now, Fashola has been in power. He presided over the power ministry for 4 years. And then I think it has been split into pieces now. He's still a minister. And his government, including with his direct responsibility, has not in 6 years provided any increment in the power supply of Nigeria. The last time we checked, Lagos State alone needs 10,000 megawatts of power. Lagos State alone. And Fashola was governor there. He did not even provide any 1 kilowatt of power for Lagos. He kept relying on the fraudulent national and inoperable national grid that produces, right now, I think they said our power supply have fallen from 5,000 megawatts to 3,000 and something megawatts of power for Nigeria, the whole Nigeria, when Lagos alone needs 10,000. The whole Nigeria is trying to survive on less than 4,000 megawatts of electricity. How is that possible? And you keep calling yourself a government. How is it possible? How can anybody do this? This is wickedness that will find the wicked man himself, that wicked woman. Because, women are in this particular administration, in finance ministry, they are sitting over budgets and things, sitting over emergency, and billions, hundreds of billions, not billions, hundreds of billions of naira are stolen through their hands, either through palliatives, through COVID-19, through all sorts of means, without providing anything. Everybody have proven that as far as COVID is concerned in Nigeria, all COVID issues in Nigeria are fraudulent. Of course, the stories came out at some point that the Lagos state government asked everybody to treat all malaria cases as COVID, report them as COVID until otherwise stated. And then that otherwise, when otherwise says it's malaria, do we go back to remove the report? Why should we even report something that has no scientific confirmation in a situation like COVID? Yeah, I mean, this is the point here. So this government is appearing to be totally fraudulent in every sense of the word. And my fear, and this is the reason why this program is on, is that this cannot successfully continue. No, it's not possible. The law of nature abhors it. The Arabs rose over a little thing, right? They say Nigerians, the elasticity of Nigerians are inelastic. You can drag Nigerians until they finish. I think Labaja even sang about it in his title song, 200 million mumu. He said, subsidy them, beat them, match them, put them in the mud. And he showed pictures of soldiers matching Nigerians in the mud. And they will do nothing. Instead, they will shout, praise the Lord. The Lord has given you Nigeria. The Lord has given you power. The Lord has given you natural resources. They have given you head and giving you power to elect people. If you don't use those powers and rogues are surface there and they are stealing you blind, you still have the power to say no to them. God cannot come from heaven and change these rogues in Aso Rock for you. No, this rogue presidency is your making, and you are the one that will change them. The former rogue rulers that have ruled this country, it is still you who will teach them a lesson. God cannot come and start doing the job he has already given you to do and giving you power to do. But my challenge and worry is that all of this nonsense that is happening in Nigeria is avoidable, should be avoided. The other one I have, the good news is that it is also reversible. All those doing this nonsense right now can stop this minute. If they stop and begin to use the position given to them to save the people, we begin the reversal process. But my worry is that if we don't begin that reversal process now, we have a few seconds to fall off the cliff, and this place will start burning. I think we need to know that there's widespread despondency in this land right now. Everyone, including those whose people who even perpetrated this are by stealing volumes of Nigeria's money and misappropriating them. Some of them are even suffering because as soon as you leave the position through which you are stealing this money right now, you don't have power again. The money you stole will finish. You become hungry. You start scrambling to go back. How can you put yourself in a vicious circle? That's where you are. And the fear that is pervading you is because you are doing the wrong thing with the power that you have. You can do the right thing. Fear is pervading the land. I had occasion to be speaking to a number of people who are well placed in government. They are in government, this very government. And those who have been in government before, they have one thing all of them agree with, which is that they are making a mistake and that there's trouble in the land. If they don't change, they are going to face the music. Then why can't we reason and begin the change? Who will do the change except you who are in power right now? Now, I agree that Nigerians have not been very good followers. That is true. But when you are in a country where they rule you and lead you and control you by the gun, if you speak, you die. If you question, you die. People like Showore, who announced revolution now because he believes strongly that to change what is happening in Nigeria, you need a revolution, nothing less than a revolution. He announced that whether he did that hastily or not, whatever happens, what happened? For 5 months, he was put in prison. If America didn't intervene because he's married to an American citizen and he's an American citizen himself, he would have been left to rot in jail till right now. All the issues we are having in Nigeria, the Fulani herdsmen turned bandits and terrorists, bandits that are part of Boko Haram extension, terrorizing all parts of this country, they are all the things that is like the acts of the people in government. Like, you know, you have the Acts of Apostles in the Bible. They are acts led to the spread of the Christian religion. The acts of people in government is leading to the spread of banditry all over the country. Kidnapping, ransom collection. Even it's becoming more insulting to everyone because people in positions of authority like Gumi, Governors Matawale, Governors Bala Mohammed, they are all negotiating with criminals and paying them. El Rufai, who said he will no longer pay criminals, himself said he was paying these bandits and told them not to kill Nigerians. And all the money he paid them, I'm sure they simply use it to buy arms. That is not what to do. What to do is to give good governance, allow rule of law to apply. These criminals, when they are caught, should not be given amnesty. They should be tried, executed by firing squad because they use the firearm to rob and kidnap people. The law on armed robbery is still clear in this country and not being repealed. Why are you pampering these people? So rule of law, good governance, that's the key to it. Whatever position you have in this government, in any government at all, in the whole world, which you are not using to promote the rule of law and good governance, will bring you to the brinks where we are right now, the last straw of the brinks. This is a huge country. Many of us, I know that today I'm not advising any young man not to leave Nigeria, but I know that many years ago, I personally stood in the plan of more than 20 young people who want to leave this country. And I said, how can you leave a country so richly endowed? I did not know that this our endowment will soon become paper, useless, because of rogue rulers who have taken over everywhere. I didn't know that. I didn't see that coming. If it is, I didn't see that. And I cannot, stand here and say I saw it. I didn't. And now I regret stopping those men from leaving when they ought to. Because the hopelessness is why our people are leaving. Somebody had effrontery to say the other day that the PTF gave a scholarship of 64 scholarships to Northerners and 37 scholarships to Southerners. And then at the end of the day, 62 Northerners returned, only 2 of them remained abroad, but only 2 Southerners returned, the rest of the 35 remained abroad. And he was accusing the Southerners of, because of that, that's why the North is controlling everything. Do I even have a problem with North controlling everything? If they are using rule of law, justice, equity, without using nepotism, without using, or simple rule of law and good governance, it doesn't matter who rules. Where I come from, we say we don't care who is our mother's concubine, we're only interested in meat. If that concubine brings meat regularly to the house, we are not bothered. So why is it that even if it is the Fulani that all returned, must they rule Nigeria the way they are ruling it right now? What's their own benefit for ruling Nigeria into a comma? When it collapses, where would they be? So it is not that matter. The other point is, even when these people return, what is the opportunity for the Southerners? Are we not witnesses in this country where everything in this country right now is controlled by Fulani? There's no Hausa there, no Igbo, no Yoruba, no Nupe, no Tiv, no Kalabari, no Ijo, all the other, no Edo, all the other tribes, all the other ethnic nationalities are not controlling anything of what anything in Nigeria except the Fulani. So when they control all of those things, without equity, without justice, without good governance, how does anyone want to come back to this country to do what? When they see an opportunity to leave. This is the point. Now, the other thing we must all know is that the Fulani cannot hold this country together. The Fulani does not build civilizations, they don't build cities, they don't build civil societies. They simply conquer, vandalize, and move on. So Nigeria is at the brink of being vandalized, and people will move on. So if you are not seeing the hunger in the land, if you are not seeing the teeming hopelessness and hapless 60% of young Nigerians who are fast turning into incendiaries for burning down this country, then you are not just a common moron and thief, but a hopelessly blind fool of the century. It does not matter if you are president, if you are presidency, it does not matter if you're a minister, governor, traditional ruler, religious ruler, business tycoon. It does not matter. Your wickedness will be visited upon you in this life without fail, for as long as there is a natural law for this earth. And I know there's a natural law for this earth. I have for several months now avoided coming up with this presentation, this series of broadcasts, which I'm starting today. I have been afraid that I will be branded as a hate speech maker. But this is not hate speech. But the push of nature is tormenting me every day, so I cannot continue. Because of you, day and night, I'll be tormented to raise this voice of warning to the people of this country. And then because of fear, I will not do it. This is a disservice. You do not a disservice. I'm not prepared to also do a disservice to this country. I have said my say. It mattereth not how you judge it. I would rather fear what the law of nature would do to me for not speaking than what you will do to me for speaking. This is how it is for me today. In the coming days, we will present to you other aspects of state failure that is leading us to the final cataclysm when this country will implode and everything will be burnt down. And the whole civilization we have so far acquired will be ruined. And those who think they have held power will run faster than me. But the trouble is that it will be Nigerian Harmattan. Harmattan haze will not allow you to fly away with your private jet. The Harmattan wild wind will carry you and expose your broccoli. This is how it is in my mouth this morning. Thank you very much for coming with me. If this is your first time of reaching our Facebook page, the African Town Hall, or YouTube channel, we invite you to like it, subscribe to it, to follow it, and to leave your comment, ask questions, and whatever you feel about this broadcast, because we want to continue in the coming days. If you have ideas which we can explore to help Nigerians to learn more, please bring them in the comment section. Thank you very much for coming with me on this broadcast. It has been a pleasure presenting it. I'm so relieved right now. Thank you.